Hiya, welcome back to Chiggy on the Bike. I'm just doing a little quick run here today to test out my Chiggy. So in my last video I did a little test of the Chiggy using Waze, and it seemed to work quite well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try Google Maps just for the little trip home and see how well it works for that. You can see it there on the screen. I'm going to take the shore road just to give you a little bit better view rather than the main road. It's bloody cold today. We've got it says 4 degrees on the dash here, but it's really quite windy, so with wind chill it certainly feels below freezing, which is not great news. But we're nice and warm, it's fine. If we can just get through this traffic. What are we doing? I see. Right, so I'll catch up with you once we've got through this bloody traffic, man. Honest to God. Flippin' heck. It's a tiny little place. Okay, so that's us back on the road again after the kind of snarl up through Annan Town Centre. I honestly cannot understand why Annan Town Centre's so blooming busy, because there isn't very much in Annan and the main road bypasses it completely, so yeah, I don't know why it's quite so busy. Maybe it's just people who live in the town don't want to walk, take their car everywhere. I really don't know. It's very strange. Anyway, yeah, so we've got the Chiggy on using Google Maps. Working fine. I'm getting my instructions through the helmet, and yeah, no problems with it whatsoever. Yeah, I do like it. There is quite a lot of black border round about the screen, so the actual map screen is significantly smaller than it was in the Navigator 6, but still perfectly readable, so all good. So I think that's me probably about done with what I'm going to add to the bike. I've spent an awful lot more money buying bits and pieces than I intended to, and I certainly wasn't intending to add lots more accessories, because the fella that had this bike before me bought pretty much everything that you would normally want to buy. So he's got the luggage on it, he's got a bash plate underneath, he's got radiator guards, all the kind of usual things that you'd want to have. And I didn't think I had to buy very much, but I did buy the lights, which are quite good, hopefully for visibility more than anything. And yeah, I've bought the Chiggy, but I think that's about it. I don't know that I'm going to spend very much more on it. I am liking the bike a lot. It really is terrific. The old bike, the engine felt quite a bit freer and more eager to go, but that's just because it had done 40,000 miles and it was had nicely loosened off. I've mentioned before that these bikes get better with age. The engines do anyway, and that's certainly the case. This one will be coming up due as service in a few months. I think it's April or May. I'm going to have to crack my vent, sorry about that. And at that stage it's going to need the valve timing done. So it's going to be a reasonably expensive service because it's got the shift cam engine now rather than the old one, which didn't have a shift cam. But yeah, it's fine. It's routine servicing. It's not a major issue. Things I sort of dislike about the bike are kind of few and far between. The digital dash, the TFT screen is fantastic. Beautifully clear. You can see it in all sorts of light. I just don't like it for filming because it makes the fact that I'm speeding a bit more obvious. But other than that, it's utterly terrific. It's a fantastic piece of kit. Thing I do not like, and I've mentioned this many times before, the keyless start is stupid, unnecessary, overly complicated and stupid. On a motorcycle, you just don't need that. I see on the 1300 GSs on the top of the tank, they've had to give you a little cubby hole to put your key. Well, just give us a bloody keyhole. You can stick the key in it. I just don't get it. I have once, I was down collecting my son and I had to take his gear with me, so I had the 3 boxes on the back, and when I picked my son up, obviously I opened the boxes, he got his gear on, and I ended up leaving the key in the box, flapping about. It was obviously the bike recognised that the key was within a metre, and so it started all right, and I didn't notice until I got home that the key had been flapping all the time, hanging out the side case, so it could have easily lost it, and they're not cheap. I think they're £200 and odd for a replacement key. So yeah, totally bloody stupid. Just give us a keyhole and we'll put our keys in it. And that's my major dislike, but I always knew it would be my major dislike. I think it's a crazy idea. The riding position, the suspension feel exactly the same as the old bike, no difference whatsoever. And in road mode, which is what I've got it in just now, to be honest, it's what I keep it in most of the time. I do pop the suspension into dynamic sometimes, but quite a lot of the time I'm on bumpy roads like this, so having it slightly softer isn't a bad thing. But if I do get onto the twisty roads that are nice, I'll stick it into dynamic. So in road mode it is a little bit soft, or standard mode or whatever you want to call it. It's just a little bit soft, but it's okay, it's perfectly manageable, and if you're not wanting to really press on, it's not a problem at all. There we go. Hey, that's better. God, it's cold though. I do suffer from Raynaud's. Is it Raynaud's it's called? Where your fingers turn white if they get cold. I don't get it in all my fingers, but I do get it in a couple of my fingers. My right hand ring finger, if you like, goes completely white at the tip. if it gets too cold, so I do have to watch out for that. But the heated grips in the BMW are really pretty good, and with the handguards it's not a massive problem. You're going awfully slowly. It's not that sharp a corner, mate. And I can't get by on bugger. Coming into 30 anyway. You see by the state of the car in front just how bad the roads are. So when you take the bike out, you've got to give it a clean when you get it back. Well, you don't have to, but we like to. So a little short couple of hours out on the bike becomes a double that because you're cleaning your bike afterwards. Roll on summer, that's what I say. But we can live with lovely nice weather like this. Yes, it's cold, but it's dry, it's sunny, and the traffic's fairly light. So that's always good. We're not anywhere near tourist season yet, which is when it gets a bit more of a challenge and a little bit more frustrating sometimes. Right, I'll go by this guy now. So my Dunlop muted tyres, I've done about 1,000 miles now on the bike. The Dunlop muted tyres, absolutely terrific. I'm very, very, very impressed with them. They're particularly good when the road's wet or a bit greasy, but absolutely fantastic tyres, highly recommend them. I've no idea how much they cost, but I think when it comes time to change your tyres, I think I'll just go for the same things again because they suit the bike very, very well. Yeah, very happy with them. They do have great rain performance, which is great for this part of the country. And yeah, I would recommend them in a minute. Terrific things. I need to be watching my speed. That bloody TMT screen gives me away all the time. So we'll give you a little bit of music. Thanks for joining me.
An island in the sunlight, laughter in the rain, a whiskey in the darkness. It all feels just the same. Watch the sunset over Skipinnish, see the twilight merge to dawn, hear the waves caress the shoreline as the island carries on. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. There's two lovers on the Macha, and they walk down to the sand. Their silhouettes are on the water as they paddle hand in hand. And left to say, and there are moments to remember. Once these days are long away. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. So you look out on the ocean, see the headlands and the strands, and you wonder what horizons will shape tomorrow's plans. And through the turning of the seasons and the cycle of the days, every drink's another reason to let tomorrow sail away. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side I am walking on the waves. The surging of the ocean, the breakers on the shore, the echoes of our bodies to the lover's dream we soar. I've been walking